Salute, salute, salute to our Blorange Tears fam. What it do? What's good, y'all? Just want to thank y'all for joining us tonight. Knicks after party. We got a couple topics we want to talk about. Grimes shining. We got a little bit of Obi out there doing his thing. Uh, no Cam. He was a no-show. So we got some topics. We'll just start with the starters. Salute, Cully. What it do? Okay, Cully, you on mute. All right, so I want to talk about the starters. Kemba's been a starter whenever he's available. He's been in and out the starting lineup because due to injury, and him and Evan were our big signings. So that matchup yesterday going against Garland, uh, I kind of expected that. Like Kemba's defense is not there, and when he's not scoring, he's a liability. And he got his 20 minutes yesterday. I'm saying, and got 8 points, but one assist. I mean, you're supposed to be our floor general, setting up the table, getting others involved, and for you to just get one assist in them 20 minutes, like, nah, we can't be having that. So it ended up being IQ and Grimes as the closer. Evan had 7 points as well. He's hot and cold, so he was our big free agent signing. So it was like we knew what we were getting out of those two. We knew that we were giving up defense for offense, but these last couple games we've been up there in rankings as far as defensive ranking. That's with Kemba not being in the lineup. So, like I mentioned earlier, they started, but you know what they say? It's not who starts, it's who closes. So we had a IQ closing with Grimes, RJ, Jules, and Noel, and that was some deserving minutes out of Grimes. He gave us 24 minutes and 12 points. Much needed 3-pointers. Excuse me, at the time, and he just gives you that hard-nosed defense. And that's what we were asking for in the draft was shooters, and when we have defense and shooters, that's a good formula to have, especially with Tibbs as our coach. So the only missing piece to that would be creating your own shot and being able to get your own bucket. So I want to salute some cats in the chat. Danny Landis, what it do? Kaiser Sosa, 718. George Jones, TY, Robert Parr, DSJ. What it do, DSJ? You be killing me with them comments in the chat. I be dying. I'll be dying later on when I be reading DSJ's comments. So we have some positive things to talk about. Is there any? Well, Cully's not on right now because he's on mute. But I want to give shout outs to RJ Barrett though. RJ Barrett got that number 14. I'm saying selling jersey. I ain't got my RJ Barrett jersey on tonight, but I do own a RJ Barrett jersey. So I mean that's nice to see. It's not just New Yorkers. I'm saying me out here in Portland. I mean I'm rocking the RJ Barrett jersey all day every day out here, and so that's what's up. What I did want to talk about was I don't know if anybody else kind of saw that, but is there anything that you guys kind of read between the lines with RJ Barrett and Julius Randle on the court together? So let me give you an example. There was a time where Julius poked the ball out. Poked the ball out, went to RJ, and RJ yammed it with the trailing Jules, and he, as a big man, you kind of want to feed the big man. I'm saying he ran all the way down there, and RJ just took it upon himself to score. And this like another play right.
I did see the way it went. Before you go any further, I did see that.
Yeah, there's
the fundamental play would be to give it up to Julius Randle and let Julius Randle dunk.
Right.
I did see that, and so I was like, that's interesting. RJ won't give it up right there, right?
Yeah. Right.
And but then at the same time, I thought to myself, would Julius Randle have given up to RJ Barrett right there? No, even though the fundamental play would have been give that thing up to whoever the biggest person is.
Yeah.
Because when big men hustle on the break, man, you got to give it up to them.
Exactly. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? Like I mentioned before, me being a point guard, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking to feed the big man and let him get his highlights. But it happened twice though. You know what I mean? RJ stole it one time, and then Randall poked it out and RJ got 2 yams, but you didn't even see them dab each other up. You know what I'm saying? You didn't even see like a high five, a good looking, a finger pointing towards one another. They were just on different pages. So that just had me thinking, like, are these cats not on the same page? Where
it's just business between them two.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be like that, is what I'm trying to get at. You know?
Yeah, I didn't look at it like that, because that's a good point. I'm glad you pointed that out. Listen, man, when I first saw it, I was like, damn, RJ, you ain't gonna give it up to your big? I didn't even look at it as RJ versus Randall or RJ. It was like, guard on a break, give it up to your big. That's what I thought. Right? But then I was like, that's interesting. But I didn't think of it as them like not wanting to share the ball. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see it that way. What I did see a head scratching thing was at the end of the game.
Final play?
Yeah, no, not just the final play, but the entire sequence headed up. You remember when Randall and Noel fumbled whatever play that was at the top of the key?
Right.
Where Randall had to give it to Noel and then come back and get it?
Right. That
was odd. I was like, yo, what is Noel even doing that far away from the rim?
I never understand Noel's purpose at times.
Yeah. Even his shoe game. I'm like, yo, why he got them shoes on? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Noel confused me with a lot of stuff. But
But what about the play where Noel and Mobley locked arms? You know what I'm saying? And who was there to kind of separate them? RJ Barrett. He went in there, pulled Noel out and pushed him out of the way. That way he didn't get in any trouble. You know what I'm saying? That right there tells me that's leadership.
Yeah.
I'm saying to go out there and separate your boys before it gets out of hand.
Yeah, that wasn't Mo. That was Ed Davis.
Oh, Ed Davis. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Because Ed Davis. Yeah, but if you Ed Davis, I understand why you didn't let that big finish on the break. But if you know well, why are you trying to lead the break anyway, Nerlens Noel? Right. So he got it, and he was right next to another ball carrier, not a ball carrier, but another ball handler. He could have gave it up, and that they could have gave the ball back to him, but he didn't. And then he wound up missing both free throws.
Everybody was missing free throws. Though. That right there just gave me a little twitch in my eye. That free throws that they be missing. But, what I did notice is that Noel's out there, and I mentioned it, in the beginning of before the season started, that I would like to have them have worked on a tap out, but he was punching the ball out, trying to get those extra possessions. You know what I'm saying, and that helps out a lot with you don't necessarily have to grab the boards, but you could just get us extra possessions by hitting it out there towards one of our players' direction at least. And
like Tyson Chandler used to do.
Yeah, like Tyson Chandler. Yeah, I was hoping
I used to hate
they would work. They would work with him in the off season.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't all bad though, but I'm tired of this Kemba Fournier backcourt. We knew it wasn't going to work out from how it started, so you can't get rid of Fournier. His contract. I'm not saying you can't though, but most likely you're unable to do that. So we got to get rid of Kemba. He's too much of a liability on defense when he's not scoring on offense.
Yeah, at least Kemba's washed, bro.
Yeah. I don't know why Tibbs keeps putting him in there. If the
because at the beginning of the year when Tibbs took him out, everybody was mad. Remember?
Not me.
Yeah, I mean that man, they was so much backlash. Yeah, I bet you they was on this channel.
Not me.
You know it, man. Come on, sir. Don't act like you don't know it's fans out there that was mad at Tibbs for benching Kemba.
Right.
Come on, man. Hey, Cully, you know that. Y'all know that. Y'all know it was fans so mad at it was probably Cully. Cully was probably the main one.
It was me. It was me.
Every time, Tibbs can't even eat a ham sandwich or somebody be mad. You know what I'm saying?
Guys left that like him, man.
Just give me effort, like we've been talking about. Give me effort on defense. Don't be trotting around and trailing after you get screened, pretending that you're in chase mode after the opponent, you know what I'm saying, and passed you up already. Nah, man. Just do a spin off the screen, you know what I'm saying, under the screen. That way you're not trailing, and keep them in front of you. It's
right.
as simple as that.
Nah, he can't do that no more.
Now his knees will go out if he does that.
Yo, Hadouken, what's good? Robert Paul, what's good? Vince Bowers, what's up, Mr. Vince? What's good? Chuck Allen, what's good? Hey, Chuck, you ain't joining? We see Chuck Allen in the chat. But Sub, listen, they set the screen on Kemba, right? And he can't even reattach to his man. It takes too long for him to reattach to his man. Yeah, and you getting $8 million per for that? Yo, you man, get out of here.
It's a good screen.
Yeah, every time Kemba gets screened, it's a good screen.
Why not see the screen before it's coming? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why not have your peripherals? Your peripherals going. Your head on the swivel. Your head on the swivel. Why not call a switch?
I could play the advocate and say that the team is bad at communicating. I could say that on defensive assignments.
You can't say that when Grimes and IQ are in there at the end of the game.
Say that again?
Yeah.
You can't say that when Grimes and IQ are in there at the end of the game, closing out games.
Two different players.
Exactly. So why just eliminate those starters and use the rookies and, you know what I mean, like as a point guard and shooting guard.
Oh, absolutely.
Not that I absolutely want that.
Sure, I do. Look, I need to see fight, man. I don't need to see I don't need incompetent starters, man. I don't need these I don't need this. Oh, I'm going my best chance to win. I don't need these type of players, man. I need guys that show effort, man. Forget
at the same time, you can't have all those young players starting. You can't have IQ, RJ with a Jules and a Mitch. Like,
yeah,
that's too many young players to start the game off with.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know that. I know one thing. Alec Burks, man. I don't. Something got to change with him. Something got to change with Alec Burks, man. He was scoreless again.
Well, we knew what he is. You know, he's that Swiss Army knife who's inconsistent. You know, they have him playing multiple positions. Just get these cats into playing their original position, and then we can start from there. At least start from there. And we got IQ playing point guard where he's not a natural point guard.
Yeah,
he's a microwave shooting guard. When he's looking to set up players that he's thinking too much. So
he missed about 10 players yesterday too.
And he's forcing stuff at that time. When you have to think instead of just react, it's those split seconds. You're missing plays. You're missing oops. You're missing guys cutting. You're missing all those things. Like they need to take that position away from him and let him go back to that natural too. The only problem is that we have Grimes, who's shining right now at the 2 as a backup.
Yeah, man.
What it do?
Yo, y'all see what it like when you just jump in it without no intro, yo. You come out without no intro, it's like you naked, yo. You like, what's going on? Cully, I got you an intro and sub an intro, man. And I can't hardly play it since y'all be, you know what I'm saying, since y'all be busy during the, you know, the morning drive hours. Yeah.
You can play the intro before we start the night.
I think he got separate intros for both.
Nah, talking about the KMD. Nah, not KMD intros.
You got the separate intros for us, the individual intros.
Yeah.
I seen GIs and ADs, man. I seen they got the dramatic music, man. I seen AD got the snake charm. He got the belly dance of the snake charm music. That was funny. I had Jay Boogie on, and Jay Boogie wouldn't even talk. I had to go back and reset. Jay Boogie wouldn't even talk until I played his intro. Okay, Jay Boogie. I gotta call him. I keep forgetting.
No, I think I never heard Cully's before though. I think maybe once. Once it's been a minute though.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me see if I got Cully joint on here. I got Cully joint. Or did I have to redo it? I think because I did Cully's first and I didn't have music to it.
Oh,
and so I think I redid Cully's. Because it was Cully's was like the carnival and I wanted to redo it. It was so soft. Yeah, Cully, I think I might have deleted it. I'm gonna just redo yours, man.
no doubt.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But so how did y'all feel about Cam Reddish not playing yesterday?
I was annoyed. I'm annoyed, man. Because it's like, but there's speculation of something of a move taking place soon because, everyone's looking like, what's the point of trading for a guy if, you're not going to find no minutes for him. So it's like, I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if there's a big disconnect between upstairs and the coach, upstairs and downstairs.
So whose minutes does he take, Cully?
You got Mr. 0 for 4. He can take his minutes.
0 for 4. You can always take 0 for 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
It's a bust.
You got Fournier. He's not going to take Fournier, but you got him.
Why he can't take 48 minutes, Cully?
He can, but you got the.
Can he or can't he?
I'm not going to do that.
No, we got a log jam at shooting guard though.
I don't think so.
You could just bump RJ down. You could bump RJ down to the
What about Grimes?
Freezy, your cam is like, you gotta like move your cam. I don't know.
I know, man. I know. I've been working on it for like 2 days, bro.
Yeah, I was looking.
So I started low like this, and then by the time I started talking, bro, you see what he doing? By
the time he's done and over with, he looked like home improvement. The neighbor, he just just all eyes.
Yeah, my camera got ADHD. Oh yeah, ADHD. My camera got ADHD. That's what it is, right? Because my camera it's just been crazy. So I'm gonna try to have it right in the morning time. In case y'all didn't notice, man, Cat's been super chatting me money to go get a camera, but it's not the camera, it's the holder. You know what I'm saying? Like the camera itself. See, the camera itself is fine. See how it come through?
Mm-hmm.
But the little holder that it's on, man, is going to the upper room. So, yeah.
Will Salkin made me want to talk about it again, not to cut anybody off. Yes.
No, we was talking about Cam getting some minutes and whose minutes does he take? And you were saying Burks, you know what I'm saying, get rid of Burks or Fournier's minutes, but as you see last night, Fournier's minutes is already being taken by Grimes.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that too, though. But he can't take Grimes and Fournier minutes. I don't mind him taking Burks minutes, but at that point,
no, I never said Grimes. I know Fournier. Reddish probably going to take Burks minutes at some point. At some point, there's got to be a move. And like I said, I still like Fournier. People may say I'm crazy. I still like him because it's the midpoint. We're gonna need everything we can. I don't know who they would flip him for, but I still like him anyway. Reddish and Grimes. There's got to be a point. There's got to be a point where Tibbs got to use that head of his and put these guys together, play them together. Mm-hmm. You could run a tandem of RJ and Cam. RJ's a good defender on the wing now. RJ stepped his game up. Well, he's always a solid defender. You got Grimes, who's a good defender on the wing. So at some point, you got to run these two guys, man. You got to run them. You got the length of Cam Reddish, the athleticism. You got to start using mixing rotation. You got to start using what you have. Right? You can't just you can't narrow down to 8-9 man rotation. And with the record we have, and the playoffs is close, but they ain't that close. But you can't narrow it down too soon like that. We're not even that good to narrow down.
Hey, Cully, I'm here to tell you too that I'm on the bandwagon with you about Tibbs. If Tibbs don't start playing Obi Toppin more consistent minutes, you're gonna start me having that talk that y'all be talking like Tibbs gonna have to polish his resume up.
Is that cap or no cap? Is that cap or no cap?
I can't. It's good, Freezy. I'm glad you are because I can't stand. I'm sorry, I can't stand Tibbs' demeanor, man. I can't stand it, yo.
I don't respect Thibs' decisions. I don't. There's certain decisions that Thibs does. It's like he doesn't utilize certain young guys. Also, what Thibs' problems that he's in. The thing with Thibs is that he let his ego get in his way sometimes.
Right.
To me, Thibs' problem
Like
is
last
that excuse me,
Like last night.
like last night.
Like last night when Jared Allen was out,
Mhm.
right, and they had a shortage of big men. They had to use their 5th and 6th big men, Ed Davis and Kevin Love. They
Right.
had to use them for extended minutes. And you telling me that Jericho Sims can't get minutes against their 5th and 6th big man?
That was moronic, if you Thibs. That was moronic.
Oh, yeah.
That was disrespectful and moronic, if you Thibs. It's like even the T-Wolves game, like that, like why bring Burks in the game? I know it was in the past, but that T-Wolves game, like why bring Burks in the game instead of Thibs? Like the problem with Thibodeau, again, it's not all on Thibs, but what we're trying to say is that Thibodeau's lack of him adapting, and also Thibodeau needs to learn to be open-minded sometimes. Like look at what you have sometimes. Like adjust. Like look at what you have. You like some of the young guys so they can experience the pros and cons of the game.
Right.
But we knew that about Tibbs, though. We knew that he runs his guys to the floor. We knew that he had a small rotation. We knew that, and we act surprised about it. I mean, last year, every game, EP started. I'm like, before the game, started, I was like, man, please don't let EP start. But it was what it was, and what happened. He got us to the play. He got us to the playoffs, though. So, are we still saying the same thing if he keeps the same formula and gets us to the playoffs this year?
No,
kind of.
No, wait a minute, Sub.
And things a little bit different though, because last year we knew that there was a void of talent on the roster.
True.
Right. We did. There was a clear, like when you looked at Reggie Bullock, you didn't see Cam Reddish. You know what I'm saying? You didn't see. All you saw was a dude that bounced around from 99 teams. You know what I'm saying? That finally found a team and stuck. You know what I'm saying? Because before us, nobody wanted Reggie Bullock. Reggie Bullock wasn't a hot commodity. You know what I'm saying? You could have found Reggie Bullock at any gas station store USA.
You could find him in most of the second rounds.
But at the same time, though, all that consistency of playing over and over and over again. What happened towards the end of the year? We ended up going on a hot streak to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So who's to say with that chemistry not building that they'll figure it out?
Yeah, you mean with 35 games left to go this year? Do you think
we're only 2 games behind the 8th spot though?
Yeah, but our schedule is bad, and teams will only get better. In my opinion.
Depends which way you look at it, though. I mean,
we got to be realistic. This team is way more inconsistent than last year.
Right.
And you can't go off hypotheticals, like I said. You can't just go off hypothetical.
We're going off hypothetical, saying that the teams that we're going up against are just going to kill us.
I didn't say they'll blow us out. But I got to look at reality because we're 7 and 18 against.
Go by injury. Some stars don't play. Anything.
But can we have injuries and all that? Can we have injuries? So you can't just assume. Just because it's a chance doesn't mean it's going to happen. I got to talk about what I see, and what I'm seeing is a team that's lacking consistency. What I'm seeing is a team that the defense has gotten better, which I'll give us that. But the offense,
we're top 3 right now in defense,
which I'll give us that. That's why I think some games will be competitive, but offensively, I don't trust our offensive sets in close games. Other teams, I do. So that I think other teams will. Like for example, we play Miami tomorrow. If the game is close, I trust Jimmy Butler in a close game. If we play Milwaukee, there's Chris Middleton and Giannis.
Well, we're going up against the number 1 team tomorrow in the East, but they're still short players as well, though.
Yeah, but they've been thriving. That's the difference, though. And they're deep.
These guys look like all-stars. Mark Struss, and
Matt Struss. You have Robinson. He's struggling this year, but Robinson's due for a breakout game.
Caleb Martin's gonna.
Bam Adebayo's
back. Oh my God, he just came back.
PJ Tucker.
After party is this the Miami after party? What team you guys on right now? Because y'all sound like some haters.
No, we're not saying we're gonna get blown down. We're not saying that. I just don't think we'll win.
I've been waiting for this game all season, y'all. For the Knicks.
I gotta be honest. I'm not gonna sound like a homer. I gotta be honest.
Yeah,
I've been waiting for the first game all season. And
last year. We gotta talk about this year.
Yeah, and two, I was going to mention, since we were talking about Tibbs and his rotations. So first of all, Tibbs must be running my camera. See how my camera just got back to whatever.
Yeah.
So, but The
Camp.
if we talking about the rotations and stuff, the rotations do get frustrating, bro, especially when you see the other team put in young guys so they can get out and run, and Tibbs bring in Taj Gibson.
Mhm.
So that made me think right there, why are you snatching out Obi to put in Taj, and they putting in young guys to get out and run? I mean, it might not frustrate y'all because Tibbs, y'all understand that Tibbs always want to have a vet leader on the floor, especially since Derrick Rose ain't here. But bruh, how much leadership do you need in a transition game when you ain't gonna be a factor on either end?
Right. He's not matching athleticism with athleticism.
Yeah, and we complain about Julius Randle complaining to the refs. Have y'all noticed Taj Gibson?
The whole team, almost the whole team, almost. Some players don't, but almost the whole team does.
RJ got teched up yesterday, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
No, that wasn't yesterday's game. That was the game before.
Oh,
okay. The game before, yeah. The Clippers game, yeah.
Okay.
And speaking of the Clippers, they overcome a 35-point hole in DC. Just a fun fact there.
Wow.
I bet on them too.
Now, let me ask you guys this question: do you guys think that Julius is giving up the reins to RJ to kind of take the pressure off of him, or do you think RJ is just taking the reins?
I would say
RJ. It's RJ.
I would say the latter. I would say the latter one. I don't know. I get a sense that Randall doesn't want to give it up yet, but it's it doesn't really matter if RJ takes it.
I think it's more just RJ just playing well.
Yeah, I think it's just him just playing well.
And Tibbs finally listened and gave him the ball in his hands.
Yeah,
I've been asking for years now.
For 2 years.
You know, like it's not that hard to just put a person who in college had the ball in his hands,
Right.
instead of leaving him in the corner and forcing him to be a 3.
Right. And what about this? What about RJ calling for the screen, and dudes are like hustling up to screen for RJ because they know they might get the ball back.
Yep.
Did y'all see? Did y'all see Taj get set up for the 2 mids, for the 2 mid-range jumpers?
Yeah, he made one, missed the other, but he knows he's gonna get the ball back.
Yeah.
Not only that, Freeze, you forgot to mention. Not only did they know they get the ball back, they know that man. They know that they could trust him once he go around that screen.
Right.
They can trust RJ coming. They know he can score. The man,
Right.
he's pretty much built for NY. Man. The kid is built for NY. He can hit a big shot. He's seen him hit a lot of big shots. I mean, he missed some too, but hey, who doesn't miss big shots? But I've seen him make a lot of big shots. He got a buzzer beater under his belt now. So
he said it on ESPN that he's built for it before he got drafted. So
yeah.
So you guys think he could be the number 1 then?
he already is the number 1 for this team for the last
Right.
10 games, and it's because they're finally giving him the ball. Like
Yeah.
Randall being put in protocols was like a hidden disguise for him actually getting the ball in his hands. So
Yeah, man. I think it's a matter of time before RJ is officially the man. And the two things that stand out though, the two things that stand out in my mind where we should already know RJ is the man. The game beater, the buzzer beater he hit against Boston, that's huge. That's probably one of the greatest shots of this century for the Knicks. And I know that sounds like a lot, right? But when's the last time you seen somebody else hit a buzzer beater for the Knicks?
No buzzer beaters for the Knicks. They was in other other arenas.
Yeah.
Arenas. There was
I've seen Julius hit a buzzer beater. It was preseason though, but
Yeah.
Ironically, against the Wizards, huh?
Yeah.
It's the Wizards.
And then RJ Barrett is in the top 14 in jersey sales, right behind.
Yeah, now that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't even know how. And then over LaMelo, Zion.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then too, think about it. They didn't even feature RJ, right? They featured Kemba in that stupid jersey thing.
Yeah.
Right? To me, that's where the beginning of the end started anyway. When you got Kemba ain't even played Kemba played in what, 4 games before that? And you're gonna play the whole coming home thing with Kemba with the New Jersey?
Yeah, that's just the look. It's just the look because he's from here.
But that's how they've been doing them though. That's how they've been doing when they moved him down from the 2 to the 3. I'm saying like he was hitting 40-some%, 3-pointers last year, and you're gonna bump him down from the 2 and bring somebody else in from the 2.
I still don't think that's a serious thing. The two that him playing 2-3, I don't think that's serious.
It
But them
does.
getting
It does
someone
when you have
that
to guard wings, though. You know what I'm saying? When you have to guard wings, and
no,
then you
but
got
he was guarding wings last year though. The main problem is that
Yeah,
they
but he had
just didn't
Bullock
get a.
helping him though.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying the point is that they just don't have a defender that could play the 2 in Fournier.
Right.
That's the main problem.
Yeah, Fournier ain't guard nobody.
Yeah.
That's-
And
that's
Fournier's
what
shot
I'm saying.
selection is
You're gonna
bad.
bring
Fournier's
somebody in.
never. And also my problem with Fournier, his shot selection is bad. He takes too many threes. And also he needs to attack the basket. Have you noticed that Fournier still weight has fallen in love with the jump shot too much this year?
Right. Right.
Yeah, I don't,
Hey, and you know what else Fournier hadn't done this year? He decreased his playmaking. Like Fournier legit used to be
I was
a
gonna say,
playmaker.
I don't see him go around screen. I mean, I see him go around screen sometimes, but I don't see him go to the basket like kick
Nope.
out.
Yeah.
I don't see that a lot from Fournier. I'm thinking of Orlando Fournier when he was setting guys up. He was having fun in Orlando. It's just it just sucks. It's like, damn, I need him to flourish here, man. We need more pick and roll here in New York, though. We need a lot of it.
Pick and roll, pick and pop. Sadly, we don't have that.
We need that every play for the next.
You know what else? You know what else we need to?
Especially, go ahead.
We need shot makers.
Facts.
That's so.
Because when you look at the box score, you be looking at dudes be like 2 for 11, 1 for 10,
Ugh.
2 for 13. And you like, nah, we don't need people missing more shots. We need people to start hitting the shots that they take it.
Yep.
Yeah, but if you set those screens, it creates separation for you to get clean looks. You know what I'm saying? Same thing goes for Obi. If you set a screen for Obi and he's on a curl out on the arc, and he gets that running start like a jet sweep, like he's yamming on not on anybody, but he's getting those easy yams. You saw when he went to the hole.
Fast breaks, yeah.
Yeah, no. When he's just on a curl out though, you know what I'm saying, from the top of the key.
Right.
Going off the 3-point line. If you just set a screen for him right there, he gets that running start. You saw last game, he was able to switch hands in midair and do that. He has that athleticism to do that. You know, so I feel like just by doing that, you get easy points for Obi. Just for people that can't create on their own, you know, that need that screen.
Andre
Obi's just
Bryant
too
said
limited.
Derrick Rose is still the most popular player in New York. What do y'all say about that?
1-0. I say 1-0.
I mean, he definitely is, but the jersey sales is different.
Yeah, he's well liked out here. He's definitely well.
Yeah, everyone loves Derrick Rose. Like, if you dislike Derrick Rose, you're just a strange person.
Yeah, something's wrong with you.
Yeah, something's got to be wrong with you if you don't like
Derrick
it.
Rose is likable. He's a cool guy. He wants the best for everybody. And Derrick Rose, he's humble too.
And his nickname is Pooh.
Yeah, when I saw that documentary of Pooh, I was like, I like Derrick Rose even more now.
Right. Yeah, man.
He was out there just bawling, just crying because they had traded him from the Bulls, and he was on set when they were doing that documentary. Like, oh,
I would be crying too, to be honest, if I was him.
I mean, your whole city just turned their back on you when you gave them everything you had.
Yeah, man. All those years that we had, bro.
That's so sad.
Piggybacking off what you said, Freezy, I think Derrick Rose is a shot maker if he used the right way.
Yeah, I think that's I mentioned it this morning, but I think it's the reason why Alec Burks' numbers are down.
Oh,
is because when you generally work in tandem with somebody, you know what I'm saying, and to get your own, and then when that person leaves, there is an adjustment, I believe. Now everybody got to be professional, so I'm not saying he pouting because Rose is hurt. What I'm saying is you know how when you find you a look, it's like how me and Cully be on screen, like we be fly, and then all of a sudden something happened to me, and then Cully got to make an adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Rose was our Batman to Jules being Robin though, because he was that guy that with the second unit that could get his own bucket, and if you needed him to start or close out games, he was able to do that. He was able to take the pressure off Julius and get his own buckets while facilitating with the second unit and getting Obi his oops, taking pressure off of IQ and Burke, so that way they could just get the open looks when they needed it. Like we are a completely different team without Rose.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Well, that's interesting.
Now we got everybody playing out of position. Just
position. I think that's why we're looking bad.
Yeah.
Guys playing out of position. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I know we just talked about RJ being a number one now. Is he a number one? But I know he's a number one by default. But is he our future number one, or do we still need to bring guys in?
Both.
I mean, to be a number one, or can we? You know, what I'm saying depend on him being our number one looking going forward.
I say both because you're gonna have to bring guys in regardless. You're gonna always have to bring guys in if you want to keep the team, if you want to make the team better or keep the team a certain way. But I say both because my thing is, I forgot, I don't know if I said this on this show, but anyway, my thing is I had my view on veterans, and I felt like veterans are brought in to help younger superstars. I feel like it's not the other way around. Why would an aging superstar want anything to do with a rookie or a youngin or a kid? They want players there around their age, guys, they feel like it's their caliber. So the youngins, you look at these other teams. I mean, aside from I'm watching the Warriors now. Aside from like Curry and you got to bring in, I guess, other superstars to help them out, But in other teams like the Hawks, for example, Trae Young, the best talent to get him is veterans right now. Unless you're gonna get him young athletes, but other young athletes to fit the timeline. But veterans, you bring them in to help you bring them in to help out the young superstars. Like you bring them out to balance the team out. They need, especially when they can't get it done, when you see the talent but they're not producing winning numbers. That's when you get veterans to help produce winning numbers. Okay. So I think once they decide to go in the direction of RJ, and you'll probably start bringing in, of course, older players. But that's how it should be. Establish the identity first. We don't have an identity yet. I feel like we're getting there though.
The reason why I'm bringing up RJ being a number one because once you become that number one, teams start game planning for you. You know what I'm saying? You start getting those double teams like Julius Randle did the majority of his time here with the Knicks. So that's what I'm kind of getting at. Do we want to put all that pressure on a 21-year-old who's kind of trying to figure things out right now?
To be honest, yeah, they need to. I mean, in general though, I feel like he's like attracting more players on the court now because he has the ball in his hand either way. Like these are the reps. That's why that game that he has 6 turnovers and then 7 right afterwards versus the Hornets and Super Bowls, like that's like him learning. Because this is why I say you should start off doing these types of things when they're younger, like when they're in their rookie year. You put the ball in their hands because when you get the ball in your hands more, you're gonna get more turnovers because you gotta learn. And he's been attracting more players when he goes into the paint because he's been better at the paint recently, especially the last few weeks.
Right.
He's attracting 2 people to look at him, and he's getting nice dots like across the court to someone else. Like he does a lot of no look pass. Most of the time when he passes the ball, he knows who's on the wing and who's wide open.
Yeah, he's an underrated passer.
Yeah, that's what was one of his main things coming out of college, and now you're seeing it being showcased. Like late in the game in the fourth when he was starting to take over and we came back in the game, that pass he got to Obi, it looked like it was coming out the screen. Like I didn't even see it happening. Like he's just getting better, and this is just good for him. He's starting to attract a little more double teams, especially like in the paint when they think he's gonna go up, and then instead he's passing it out to like a wide open Fournier, Obi, or like a Burks. Like it's just good for us at the moment too.
And it turns his aggression up. I don't know if y'all noticed, but the more he handles the ball, the more rebounds per game he gets. Have y'all noticed that?
Yeah, because he's allowed to like think of the play that he can set up. Like he doesn't have to worry about getting the ball in the corner or like trying to come up with a quick play. He has the ball in his hand in the beginning of the shot clock. He's able to break down the defense and then see if he could get a layup, see if he could pass it out. See if he could shoot a mid-range where he needs to start shooting more. But, he's definitely getting better in those aspects.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I like the way he's finishing at the basket, too, where he'll drive to the cup, he'll stop, pivot, and hit a nice little fadeaway instead of forcing all the time, especially when you have an athletic big where they have their timing down and they can just block you every single time.
Yeah.
He's showing more wiggle.
Yeah.
The number one thing about that's RJ's strength. He's really a guy. He's really a slasher.
Slasher.
So, him attacking the basket, I know that's when he's most comfortable. Him shooting that's an improved aspect of his game, which I'm cool with. But him attacking the basket, he's deadly. He's learning how to slither. He's learning how to be a slithery finisher, basically. Pause. But he's learning how to be a more slithery finisher. The angles, finishing over the top of bigs, and all that stuff. He's getting better at that the more he attacks. Of course, he's dominant with his left, but
Yeah, I was just gonna get at that. When he goes right, he needs to finish with his right instead of finishing with his left going right. But he'll get that though. That's just a little
Yeah,
small.
he'll get that.
Yeah.
I like the pick and rolls for the Knicks. If we use pick and roll majority of the time, we'll be all right, man. And Andre Bryant got a point. The test is against Miami tomorrow in their defense. I've been waiting for this game all season. I got to see how my Knicks look, man. Against
Well, Miami might play a lot of zone in that game though, and we need to figure out zone too.
Physical,
Yeah.
though.
And they trap RJ early when we play them. Like they start
Exactly.
trapping him off the first play.
Yeah,
So
they
you gotta
do
just
that
look
with
how they
everybody too, though. When you watch Miami,
Yeah.
you know, and
It's
so
just-
not to stump on your point, but I got you. I got you. I think tomorrow is the Cam Reddish game. I think tomorrow's the Cam Reddish game.
I don't think he
On
even plays in more than
ESPN,
10
if you
minutes.
you gotta play him on ESPN. It's nationally televised, so you gotta play Cam because you're gonna need someone. And also, we gotta watch out for Bam. We gotta rebound the ball over Bam in the glass, and we gotta watch out for Duncan Robinson. I understand he's struggling from 3 this year, but knowing the Knicks, man, he might go off, so we gotta watch out for him. And we gotta watch out for Kyle Lowry if he does play because he can play man.
Kyle Lowry's playing? Is he playing?
Who?
Kyle Lowry, is he playing?
He?
No,
let
he's
me
out
see.
for personal reasons.
He's out. Okay.
I'm about to say we got to watch him.
Well, he didn't play against the Lakers. He did not. Okay.
Okay.
What about PJ Tucker?
Yeah, it's kind of bad
Tucker played.
because Mitch and Noel are both game time decisions for tomorrow.
Right. And Marquise Morris, that's another physical defender. Like,
Oh no, he been out for a while.
He's been out
After
really
that
due to the whole
Jokic-
Jokic injury in Denver. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was supposed to be day to day when we played the Clippers. Remember when Clyde asked Mike if that was which brother that was?
Mhm.
He's like, no, he should be returning soon. He's day to day.
Mhm.
That was.
Oh, he's been out since that the little thing with Jokic, really?
Yeah.
Well, salute to Jerry Fitz. He mentioned that Kyle Lowry's officially out.
Okay.
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 So what does that mean? What does that mean, fellas? Does that mean that we get a signing of Jericho Sims?
I was
No,
about to,
that mean Tibbs is gonna frustrate us half to death with his rotation.
yes, I was about to say stuff. I don't think it means anything. It's still an evil play. It's still an even playing field. Like they still got an advantage.
No.
No matter what, they're the number one seed in the East, and
And they're a deep
they
team.
had players out. They get like special gems. They got Yurt 7, who's not really in the rotation right now because Bam is back, but they have him. They have Max Struss, who's been going off. They
Who can shoot
have
the
Gabe
free ball.
Vincent, who's been going off.
Who can shoot
And
the
this
free.
is with like Hero being out, and he's coming back tomorrow though. But it's with him being out.
And Tyler
Butler
Hero
has
free
been
is
out a
shot,
good
too.
amount of times. All these guys have been out, but they still been winning games. So you just gotta
Yep.
watch out for that.
And if the game is close, it favors Miami because Butler can close. If the game is close.
I was gonna say I hope we put Cam on Butler, but we might not see that tomorrow.
Cam is not even gonna play more than 10 minutes tomorrow if he plays.
Yeah, it's only gonna be Cam, sadly. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I can see him. I would love to see him on Butler on the perimeter, man. I would love to see it.
Yeah, man. I would love to see Tibbs just be a modern coach.
He's stuck in 05, man.
I know.
It's back
It's
in the
hurting.
90s.
Hurting.
90s.
Yeah, man.
Got stuck, man.
I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated by it because I hate repeating the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, to make it seem like that I can't think past a certain point. But when you watch Taj Gibson go out there and do nothing but run up and down the floor and get offensive fouls called to him for moving screens,
Mm-hmm.
you're like, yo, Obi can do that.
And be the last one trailing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? While other teams are in transition, he's the last one trailing.
And he ain't complaining to the refs all game. You're like, come on, man. Okay, come on, man.
It's fine for him to play spot minutes. I'm not blaming Taj for it. It is Tibbs because Taj is old. It's not his fault. It's basically just Tibbs because he should be playing spot minutes, but he plays it more.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Y'all gotta switch that, bro.
Thank
Yeah,
you, Paris Jagger, for the $5 super chat. If you notice, Tibbs never interacts with his assistants. Oh, he never interacts with his assistant coaches in games. They
True.
like they like players have checked out on Tibbs. Tibbs is a control freak. Yeah. Thank you again, Paris Ducker, for the super chatter platter. We appreciate that.
Mhm.
Well,
So what do you guys
let's
think about that? I didn't peep that because I'm always behind schedule, fast forwarding during commercials and stuff like that. But before
Yeah,
the
that's
game,
definitely the players thing is definitely not true because I was at the when you actually go to the game, you can see in timeouts, and he's always talking to RJ and Randall and the
Yeah, he
team
always talking to the players.
timeout. So that's just a false narrative,
Mhm.
like completely.
I don't.
That's just that narrative.
I do feel like Tibbs doesn't. I mean, I don't know. I do feel like Tibbs doesn't. He tunes them out though. The assistant coaches. That's my thing.
okay.
The assistant
Yeah,
coaches.
yeah, the assistant
Yeah,
coaches is
assistant
different. Like,
coaches, yeah.
I didn't really see him talking to them a lot.
Yeah, I
So,
think Tibbs
yeah,
tunes them out.
that's the only thing that you could say. But
Yeah.
I think
the other thing, no, it's not true.
Yeah, when you go to the game, though, these players look like when if you suggest that Randall and RJ don't like each other, nah, you can't say because during timeouts, man, for one of all the games I've been to, man, and I know this is gonna sound so bad, but Julius Randall is like the nicest dude on the team, right? It's just every time the cameras are on, he always beefing about something. Or it's like every time he saw beefing, they put the cameras on him.
That's definitely Obi, not
Yeah.
Randall.
Yeah, it's so like when we go to like when I went to a few games, right? And even the home the whoever the crowd is, say if it's in Charlotte or Atlanta or whatever, Cat is like Julius Randle will go out of bounds and like they'll help Randall up out of bounds and he'd be dapping them up and all this stuff and trying to get up and hustle back and go play. And I'm like, Randall, what are you doing? Go down and play.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You trying to be nice, you know what I'm saying? All this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think he definitely get a bad rap when it comes to attitude. You know what I'm saying? It's like yeah. I think you get a bad rap for that. But the thing is when you the star of New York, bro, people don't cut you no slack.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When you start in New York, you don't get no slack. But we'll see how long RJ is the hero before RJ start getting that same. Before Cully be like, yeah, I just don't know what RJ was doing.
I mean, he was already getting that treatment for when he was in that slump. So I mean, he was literally getting traded by every single fan.
Yeah,
like,
it was the
every
only
day.
ones was me and you. Me and you was the only ones holding it. Well, I ain't gonna say the only ones holding it down.
Yeah, Guillermo too. But like, no, literally every single person was killing RJ throughout that whole slump. When he was slumping, when he was sick, and then he came back, then he got sick again. Like,
yeah,
even Tibbs was.
Yeah, you can't. No, Tibbs did a good job of doing that because he knows his players. He knew RJ was gonna come back. Like, he dropped 30 the next game. He knows his players how to get them to play well. So I'm fine with Tibbs doing that. That was a good thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and when you look at RJ's numbers right here, season to date, his numbers are not off from his numbers last season, except the shooting numbers.
Percentages. Yeah,
the shooting numbers are down because of the slump he started in. But
yeah,
when
that slump was so bad.
But think about his January numbers though. So when you look at his January numbers, RJ is shooting 45% from the floor.
Mm-hmm.
That's a career high, right? And he's shooting 42.4% from three in the month of January.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Isn't he averaging like 24 points, something like that?
23 points and 6.6 rebounds.
And like about 4 assists, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but his free throw percentage is concerning.
Yeah, it's trash.
Yeah.
He said he was gonna fix it, so we'll see.
Uncle Fulio said it's a double standard. Uncle Fulio, what's good, bro?
Josh is just, I don't even know what is the double standard. I don't even know what we're talking about. Like,
yeah, I mean, I don't care nothing about double standards. Double standards are part of life. Like for instance, like Kelly, you got sons, right? So you got sons, right? When you raised your oldest son, bro, you raised your oldest son completely different than you raised your youngest son, bro.
Right.
Like if you got a grown up son and then you got like a baby son, the grown up son had it hard. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And then with the baby son get everything. And you like and the older son's like, Pops, you ain't treat me like that when hey man, it's just a part of it, bro. You know, it's a double standard. It ain't fair, but it's life.
Oh, you're comparing an all-star to to someone that was sitting in the corner before. Like I don't. I guess it's a double standard.
Yeah, double
right?
standards are okay. Double standards are okay, bro. There's not the only way double standards are not fair is if you're using one standard in real time, saying that you don't have a double standard, right?
Yeah.
Plus, you know what I'm saying? Like what I said was when you raise one son one way and another son the other way. What happens is the parents learned how to be parents with the first son, and then they got better and better as time went on. Then the other son came, and they were good parents right away with the younger son. You know what I'm saying?
And they're probably struggling too. You know what I'm saying?
It's not a double standard when a guy was told to be traded every single day when he was in a slump, and a guy that was an all-star that's averaging almost 6 less points than he was last year, shooting completely worse than he was last year, and he was an all-star, and apparently like this is a double standard. Like I don't even care about it.
And the double standard it is what it. Hey, dude, would you tell? Like you remember when we first started getting on, and everybody was podcasting and stuff.
Yeah.
And cats used to be like, "Yo, why you always let that dude Hadouken come on and talk?" I'd be like, "Then shut up and listen. Just shut up and let him talk." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And people like, "Man, this is a double standard." Nah, man, ain't no double standard. My Hadouken is good and you ain't. What? You know what I'm saying? Hadouken Sharon know how to rock the mic and you don't. Shut up and let my man talk. You know what I'm saying? Right? That's just what it is.
Man, shut up.
You heard Chuck co-signing that. Chuck like, get him, Uncle Freeze.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, I ain't heard nothing from Chuck in a minute. Man.
Hey, man. He probably made 3 beats since he's been sitting here.
Chuck back there making beats right now while podcasting.
He like how Pete Rock.
I respect it, man. I respect it.
Nah, man, I'm listening because, you know, when I talk, it doesn't matter what I say now. I'm wrong. So I'm letting the people
what
more.
happened?
Yeah, man. Oh, see, y'all don't be reading the chat when I be speaking. Chat be going.
Oh no,
crazy.
I think if it's the Westbrook thing, I understand the Westbrook thing. That's I don't know about the Westbrook.
Westbrook.
Speak your mind, Chuck. Speak your mind.
Well, what I'll say about what you guys have been talking about thus far, I think after 40 plus games, the coach and the front office decided to go the way of RJ Barrett because he saw a switch after the 44 games that the offense wasn't necessarily run through Julius Randle anymore. It was RJ with his hands on the ball making decisions, and I saw that the offense was flowing better with RJ Barrett. My only concern is in the beginning of the podcast we were talking about all of the people who can take whose minutes. That's never going to happen. We've been saying that since the beginning of the season. Yo, so-and-so should be having more minutes. They should be taking this person minutes. Right. Tibbs has his go-tos. As long as those go-tos are in arm's reach, those people are always going to be placed in position to play. Just like Uncle Freezy just said, people complain about why Hadouken is always on the show and why he gets to speak a lot. Well, he's who he's not just comfortable with, but he does exactly what he knows he's supposed to do. Duke is going to come and give you the information. Not only information, he's going to give you the stats to back whatever he's saying up. Like he's not a slow leak. Like this kid is sharp, right? So if Duke wasn't available for Unc to invite on the panel, then it would be somebody else, and then it would be people. Why you got this person on there? They don't have anything good to say because I want to be there. You know?
Yeah. We get that a lot, Chuck. Why Chuck always on everything? Why you only using Chuck beats? Yeah,
because they be fire though.
Because they do be fire. Because they
Tell
do.
him, Chuck.
Hey, Chuck, that is for damn certain.
Speaking of beats, Chuck, I need a beat too, so
Um.
I'm about to get at you about that.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Hit me up. I got them all day, every day, whatever you want.
All right, cool.
I'm not going to talk about. I see people talking about the Westbrook thing. I'm not going to talk about. Listen, forget Russell Westbrook. Just the part that if you want the young guys to play, a lot of the veterans have to be moved out the way. They have to be traded off to other teams where Tibbs is not allowed to reach and get them. If they're still on the team, you think Tibbs is going to change the way he's been coaching since the beginning of the season? No. But if those guys aren't there, then you have no choice but to play what you have. There's no way you're going to finish out the season with a 6-man rotation. No way.
Right.
Tibbs would be fired immediately. As the team is on the way to the next arena, Tibbs will get that call that he's no longer with the team, and Johnny Bryant is going to take over for the rest of the year.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Cully.
Yo, it's funny you said that. So you basically said like, what if hypothetically, what if all the veterans were traded away out of his reach, right? That's what you're basically saying, right, Chuck?
Yep.
That's funny. I was thinking about that this morning, right? I was thinking because I was thinking about the whole Cam thing from last night, right? So I was thinking I'm not saying it would be funny, but I was thinking what if hypothetically, let's say the Knicks, let's say they did make the playoffs, right? Hypothetically this year, let's say all the veterans, coincidentally, all of them just was hurt, not for long, they all just had day-to-day injury, let's say maybe ankle soreness, mild soreness, small stuff. Let's say they all had to be out for a week, and then and Tibbs was left with nothing but youngin. I was just thinking in my head that would be so funny because he would have to play. At this point, he'd have to play him. Where's he going to look to? It's the playoffs. You got to play your guys at this point. So are you going to look to every rookie, every youngin that you have? Let's say every veteran on the team was hurt except D-Rose. So at this point, are you going to play every rookie? Are you going to use your depth, or are you going to go with the rookies you favor at this point? And it seems like Tibbs is he's more of a favorable. He has his favorites type of guy. It just made me wonder. I was just thinking that hypothetically.
Yeah, I think Tibbs would probably have a meltdown.
Yeah.
I think for instance, the other day it took a miracle. It literally took a miracle for Tibbs to play Obi beyond what he normally plays Obi. Obi had to hit 3 3-pointers in a game in order to stay in the game, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you're like, damn, if you Obi Toppin, there is a clear double standard. You know what I'm saying? And I know Uncle Fulio was like, wait a minute, Uncle Freezy, but you said the double standard. What I'm saying is if you say the competition is fair and then you use a double standard, then it's not fair, right? But if you got a double standard in general, for instance, Steve Nash is not going to coach Cam Thomas like he coaches Kevin Durant. That's a clear double standard. You know why? Because Kevin Durant is a bona fide first ballot Hall of Famer, getting in the Hall of Fame, coming moonwalking into the Hall of Fame. Cam Thomas, he can't do the same things on the court, or he won't be allowed to do the same things that Kevin Durant does because he's not Kevin Durant.
Mm-hmm.
That's a clear double standard, but it is one that we all accept. That's what I'm getting at with the double standard. Now, if Cam Thomas was going up against another Cam Thomas type rookie, and you said these are rules, let the best man win, and the best man won, and you still favor the other guy, then that double standard is not fair. And that's what I'm saying about Obi Toppin and Jericho Sims and Taj Gibson. Yo, when you know you got other teams' big men are out, why you not giving Jericho Sims no run?
The guy can set screens. He's athletic. I don't know why.
And you got fouls that you gotta waste. Why not let him waste them?
Yeah, he rather let Taj waste them.
Because he don't foul. He don't foul.
Yeah, man.
Jericho Sims is fundamentally sound. You know what I'm saying? He has all that athleticism, and when someone boxes him out, he doesn't use that athleticism to jump over the back. Like he's intelligent like that.
Yeah.
So, I was just
Breezy, if you're Leon Rose and I'm Tibbs, and you come to me and you come to me, you know, let's say during a practice or something, you come to me and you like, yo, why you don't play the youngins? And I tell you, I'm going with the group that gives me the best chance to win. And then you look at the record, of the team. What are you going to say to me then? Or what are you thinking then?
The first thing I'm gonna say is, Kelly, that lemon pepper freestyle is fire. The video, yo, the song on YouTube is dope, but the video is fire, bro.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Y'all need to show some love to Kelly for the lemon pepper freestyle.
Y'all check it out. Check it out when you have a chance.
Yeah,
hit the likes for your boy.
Like and subscribe to my boy.
Yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. That dude in the video with all the bread, Kelly, you got some sketchy friends, bro. That's all I'm saying.
So sketchy friends?
Yeah, you got some sketchy friends, bro. What kind of dude just go in his pocket and pull out like 8 stacks? This dude, he ain't even a big man. His hands ain't even that big. How big that dude? Like what, 5'8", and he pulling out 8 stacks? His like a grip like this?
Probably my height. I'm about 6'1". That's
Yeah.
I'm a big hand guy.
Yeah, pause. Whatever. Yeah, man. I saw the dude in the video. I was like, Kelly hang out with some important people. Let's just say that. But to your point though, the scenario that you mentioned. What I'm gonna do is if I'm Leon Rose, I'm gonna allow you to coach. Right? I'm gonna allow you to coach. Right? I ain't even gonna be on your back like that. We'll probably have that conversation at the beginning of the year, and then maybe before the All-Star break, like, yo, coach, what's good? I mean, you said if you got such and such, you know what I'm saying, you a goal would be such and such, and we ain't there. What's happening? And then you'll probably tell me like, yo, we need some backup such and such, you know, that we might need to consider getting some such and such. But in terms of the stuff on the floor, I'm allowing you to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask, do you think that the Cam Reddish move, do you think that, not so much Tibbs, but do you think Tibbs went to Leon and said, I need a wing? Or that was just a Leon move on his own?
Yeah, I think what happened was Leon probably heard the word out of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And probably heard the fans like myself and others clamoring for Cam Reddish.
Right.
And so he was probably like, yo, Kelly, you know, we probably we are listening to this offer from Atlanta. We really interested. We're not gonna force you to play him, but we are interested in maybe bringing in another young athletic wing. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just keep getting them off the scrap heap and them not sticking.
Right.
And then, you know, just keep you in the loop. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like what me, you, and Subliminal do with the show. Like y'all do y'all thing, and then I just be like in the loop, like whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Like Dolan, right? Like Dolan?
Nah, not like hell no, like ain't no Dolan, man.
All right, like
it's a matter of fact, it's the complete opposite, probably. Yo, why don't you come through? But nah, but to your point, man, I would prefer to let the front office be the front office, and let the coaching staff be the coaching staff, and respect what everybody, and allow everybody to do their thing, and respect the fact that they can do their thing.
Right. Because it's funny. Like I said it earlier. I said it on your morning drive show. Like people was mentioning how Knox he's getting run in Atlanta, and
man.
And it's funny because I mean he fits the Cam Reddish replacement. It's not a matter of him being better, but he fits because he's not complaining. Knox is just gonna. I'm sure he's not complaining to be more involved in the offense. He probably is going to be more involved in the offense in the sense of they're going to look for him on that wing to shoot that open three. And I guess whatever else he does from there is on him. But Reddish doesn't want to be used as a spot up shooter. He wants to take guys off the dribble like he did in that, in his little debut the other day when he took the guy off the, when he took the guy baseline off the reverse. That's Cam Reddish game right there. Yeah. Cam Reddish is another guy, kind of like RJ in a sense, and he'll attack. He's a slasher, athletic. He's gonna look to take a guy off the dribble. He's gonna look to take most of the time, especially if he sees a smaller guy on him. So, I think that's Cam fits like that with us. Another guy that's gonna try to get a bucket. They can play some defense. Not a playmaker. He's not a playmaker per se, but
You know who was complaining though was Obi though. Obi was complaining to the front office about his playing time. How do y'all feel about that?
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I heard about that too.
I didn't hear about that. Okay, no.
I heard about it like a week ago.
Yeah. It was a minute. It was a minute, but
I didn't know.
That's why I think he might get traded.
I guess a mutual type of move.
Yeah, man.
Because the thing is with power forwards, there's not that many good power. I'm not saying there's not that many good ones out there, but as far as the talent level, the talent pool is slimmer, I guess, than other positions like the wing and the point guard and center. The power forward. I think they say Julius Randle is like a top 4 power forward, isn't he? Top 4, top 5.
And you don't think so? I think so.
Well,
definitely not this year.
Yeah, I don't know about this year, but as far as skill wise, he is.
I'm talking about just skill. Yeah, just skill wise. Like how many? Like he could just put his head down and get to the cup anytime he wants.
Yes.
Only Zion, Giannis, and if you want to call LeBron a power forward, you call him
Siakam, Sabonis.
Sabonis, yeah, like I think Randall's
yeah,
up
but Randall eats Sabonis' food every time they match up against each other. So
yeah,
I mean, I think Randall is better than him, but if you're talking about in the cup, Sabonis is dominant in the cup.
It's IQ, and Sabonis has IQ. He has better IQ in his favor. But
I think Sabonis would fit this team a lot better than
I think he
Randall.
would. Yeah, I think he would.
Yeah, a lot of people think that.
Yeah, you mean personality wise or scheme?
Personality.
I think more of the way he plays, because he plays downhill and he knows when to, like, he's a really good passer, like big man wise. He's a really good passer.
Yeah, he has
That's from his pops, man. His pops was one of the underrated passers back in the day.
Arvidas was my guy.
Yeah, Arvidas.
Top of the key, he'll give you the best pass ever off the screen.
Maybe some no look passes.
Truth be told, he was a Jokic way before Jokic, bro.
Right, and he's built like Thor. He's built like Thor in Avengers Endgame. That's how he's built. You know what I mean?
Sabonis has the same turnovers as Randall on less usage. I mean, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah,
that has nothing to do with talking about playmaking.
He can't shoot the 3 as well, but he does. He does make. I like how Sabonis plays. I watch how he plays. He'll drive. If he picks up his dribble, he's gonna signal one of his teammates like, "Yo, cut." He's gonna hit him with a nice bounce pass. Like, I like how he plays, because he don't look to be a black hole. I mean, at times I'm not taking Randall down for that. I'm just saying I like Sabonis would fit because of things like that. Just kind of like the sacrificial kind of game. Like, all right, I'll chill out. I'll let them go off. I'll play off of them, and I'll still get my numbers, but I'm gonna play off of them. Like he'll play off of Chris Duarte or Caris LeVert a lot of times. I like that with him, or Malcolm Brogdon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like that with Sabonis. I always did like Sabonis anyway. But yeah. But anyway, back to what we're saying. We saw my power forwards. Yeah, the talent pool is not that not that deep. It's not that high for power forwards. Julius Randle is a good power forward, but you gotta think of other things. You gotta think of personality and things like that, the IQ, and it would be mutual to trade Sabonis and where he could he'd be happy. I mean, I'm sorry, Obi. I'm sorry, why I think about something. It'd be mutual to trade Obi something like that. But at the same time, somebody has to back up Randall.
Get Thaddeus Young.
He said what?
Get Thaddeus Young.
I always like that.
Trade for DeJounte Murray and get Thaddeus Young back in that trade.
He's on the Spurs now, right?
Yeah. I would trade Randall for DeJounte Murray, but they would not do that. I wish.
You might as well.
And I'm not even trying to look to trade Randall, but if that's an option, I'm trading him for that.
I like Sub likes DeJounte Murray. I like DeJounte Murray too.
That's my number one priority at point guard. If you do have the option for that.
Let me just thank Paris Duggar for the super chat platter, the $2 super chat platter. This this is RJ going to be? Does RJ be able to dribble against Jay Butler?
We'll see.
We mentioned that earlier.
Yeah,
We will see.
him
I
getting-
think he will, but
I think so. RJ Handle's not the greatest, but when he keeps his body in front of the ball, it's harder to get around that dude, man. RJ knows how to use his shoulder to get around. He's very crafty. Is he's a straight up like cross him out of his shoes guy? No, but RJ's going to be all right against Jimmy Butler.
I think he'll have a fine game tomorrow.
I saw him go up against Edwards, and Edwards had RJ going east and west a lot of the time too. Wasn't able to let RJ go downhill. But if they set a pick for him, that's all it takes. They need to set more picks for him.
Yeah,
for the
when your guards can't get free on their own. I'm not saying that they can't get free, but when they're having a hard time, make it easier for them. Give them a little bit of room to operate. They'll take it from there. So you gotta give RJ the screens all game.
Yeah.
If you gotta do it all game, so be it. Let him go ISO at the end of the game when he has energy. Don't let him Don't make him work all game when he's tired and he can't give you nothing.
And if there's not going to be a Mitch or Noel's, Taj is perfect for setting screens for RJ and with the pick and pop because Taj can hit the little midi at the charity stripe. Yeah. So if they have that 1-2 man game right there, both of them cook all day.
Right.
So why can't we get Obi to do that?
To set the screens? I'll tell you.
No, what Sub was saying. Oh. Well, like make yourself open for that 12, 13, 14 footer.
Because Obi is a guy that rather slash. He'd rather dunk.
But the dunk ain't always gonna be there though.
It's not, but however, slashing is always, some guys like to slash. Some guys slashing is always a thing for slashers. I mean, that's what it is. I'm not saying he's not always gonna get the dunk, but I guess the idea of him attacking, some guys rather just attack every time. That's all it goes.
See, Obi is he can't be an NBA 2K player. You can't be all threes and dunks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
I understand that. That's just that's the thing though. Every guy has different game. I wish all of our big men could be effective in the pick and roll. I wish all of them could be deadly. I wish all of them could be lob threats. I wish all of them had hands. You know what I mean? I wish all of them could shoot from the elbow when they get let's say they open at the elbow. I wish all of them could shoot the elbow. I mean, we lose a lot.
He's just not confident. He's just not confident in taking those minis. You can say the same thing about IQ too. It's either a 3-point shot or it's a floater to the cup. He's not comfortable in taking those minis. Not saying that he hasn't hit them this season, but it's just very, very rarely that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But they're still young though.
Yeah, and I want to go back to the Randall thing a little because shout out to Diaz Bond because he went on my pod and he this is something I noticed today because we were looking at the averages, right? It's crazy to me. This kind of shows Randall's year, last year, how crazy he was because he only shot over 30% twice in his career from three.
Right.
He shot 29% and less than every other year. 1 year, the only time he was in 30 was 34%. And then the next highest was 41 last year. And this year he's back to 31. So that was a crazy outlier that I saw in his percentages. And it goes out bad. I wouldn't say that's the biggest part. I just think that could be a part of it, but I just think it's not a shooter. That's just not his game. He's shooting 31% this year. He's not a shooter. And that was the crazy outlier for that. He's shooting bottom in the mid ranges as well. And, last year was his best shooting percentage wise, I'm pretty sure, in his mid range as well. So it's just, it's crazy. I don't know how a guy that only went over 30% of his career once out of 7 seasons, and then he shot 41 and now he's back down. So it does make sense to a certain extent.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it had to do with the empty arenas. It's kind of like practice. You just hear the squeakers, sneakers squeaking the whole time, and it's just muscle memory of just going out there practicing with no fans around. It's kind of the same thing when you're out there in the games, and you don't have to have the crowd noise and all that pressure on you. Now all that pressure's on him. He can't hit nothing right now.
Right. All right. Hey, let me run these guys promo real quick. since their shows are coming out. Let me hold on. Where is it? Okay. So tomorrow is a game, but and Thursday. And I'll run y'all promo too, man, during the Knicks morning drive.
Copy, because I'll be watching. I'll be watching you, Freezy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Man, this time went by kind of fast. Oh, we got like 15 minutes left.
It went by hella fast.
Yeah. Hey, Chuck, what you got on your mind, Chuck?
I think we're going to keep having these conversations until either veterans are moved or Coach Tibbs is fired. I saw the New Orleans Pelicans go with an old veteran coach for their young squad, and then within a year he was fired.
He was gone. Yeah.
I don't think that happens with Tibbs because Tibbs got the alley-oop from his former agent. Like we're going to give you a shot because no one was beating down Tom Thibodeau's door to become a head coach for their team. He did a good job with the roster last year. I think it was a combination of things, a combination of a group of guys who were hungry to prove themselves, and Tibbs being able to get the most out of that. Because if you looked at our team last year, there were a bunch of one-year contracts, guys a bunch of journeymen trying to find stability in the league. And here goes the New York Knicks offering an opportunity, not only, in pay, but also in time on the floor. And those guys delivered. But it's not the same this year. Guys has gotten paid. I've got a 3-year contract now. So for the next 3 years, for better or worse, I'm going to be collecting checks from the New York organization. And at the same time, there has been a strong youth movement where guys need time to grow and time to get adjusted to the NBA. If look no further than what happened last year when they threw Frank Ntilikina in with 30-something seconds or 20-something seconds to guard Trae Young. What happened? Cooked. Can't do that to a young guy. Think you can throw him in there with no preparation and expect him to do the impossible. So we're going to have to.
Not to cut you off, Chuck. That's funny because that same thing happened to me. I transferred schools on game day, and I went in there at halftime to shut down the high leading scorer, and he cooked me on the same play with the buzzer beater. So I feel it though. You can't go in there ice cold and expect to stop nobody. You got to have a rhythm. You got to be warmed up. That's all I wanted to say.
Right.
You talking about the situation last playoffs?
Yeah, the Ntilikina situation. Coming off the bench to stop Ice Trae. Yeah, just ain't happening no matter who you are.
Yeah, like Ice was hot that whole game, but I mean that's tips for you.
Yeah. Right. So if we feel that the coaching isn't up to par, then I think it's time to part ways with the coach and then get someone in that can salvage the rest of the season. I'm not sure what everyone's expectation is for this team. I still think even with everything that's going wrong, I think if we can come together these last 30 games, we could be in the play-in for whatever that's worth to fans. We could be in the play-in, and you never know what happens once you get in the play-in. It's just like being in the wild card in the NFL. You never know what can happen. One game could lead to a 3-game winning streak, and before you know it, you're in the Eastern Conference Finals. You know what I'm saying? So
bang bang, not a game. Bang bang, not a game.
Tomorrow when we play the Heat, it's going to be. I think that is our litmus test. Where we really at and what needs to be done. We're going to see if our guy RJ Barrett rise to the top. We'll see if if Julius Randle gives a Herculean effort, meaning he's rebounding, he's passing, he's making quick decisions, we'll get a chance to see all that. We'll get a chance to see Coach Tibbs against an excellent coach in Spoelstra, and we'll see if Tibbs is up to making the right in-game decisions, because Spoelstra ain't playing checkers. He plays chess. So Tibbs, what you gonna do? This should let the front office know what we have either in our coaches and our players, and what we need to do before February 10th. That's my piece.
So let me ask y'all.
That's a lot, bro.
Let me ask. So let's just say, I'm not saying we will. Let's say we do lose to Miami, but put up a dogfight. Moral victory or no?
Who's playing?
Who's playing?
Who's playing? Is this moral victory with our starters finishing out the game and winning? I mean, and barely losing by grinding it out, or is it the same scenario as last game where the youngins come in and put up a fight?
Yeah, good question.
I'm gonna say the starters.
Then we're gelling then, and we're moving in the right direction.
Because that's what we're gonna need. We're gonna need to start. We're gonna need everybody to gel. In order for this second push of the second half of the season, the midpoint, we're gonna need them to gel. So I'm gonna say the starters. We know the youngins are gonna fight with energy. It's like at this point we know they're gonna come in with the energy. The bench, the second unit. So let's say the starters. Yes, let's say the starters close out, and it's a close game. It's hard to say in that case though, because usually when the stars close out, they was played long minutes to close out. Like they probably didn't come in. They either came in at the top of the fourth and played the whole fourth, or they came in at the end of the third, at the 4-minute mark of the third, and played from the third all the way to the end. So it's hard for me to say, because that's how Tibbs runs it though. Yeah,
that's how that last fourth quarter was last game.
Right.
IQ and Grimes, they played that whole fourth quarter.
Yeah, he'll go with guys it's no subs, none at all. He's gonna go. He might take one guy out. So I'm gonna say the starters. So I guess moral victory. We want to win, but I just want to know how everybody else feels. Like, let's say we just put up a dogfight. Because Chuck said he says tomorrow's is the litmus test. So I just want to know if we look good against the Heat. We look good against them. Are we still optimistic? Probably more likely we are, I guess.
Hey, Chuck, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. This is how I feel about it. I hate Miami. I hate them whack ass uniforms they be wearing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I hate the fact that they be pulling dudes from off nowhere and squeezing every look. They be pulling dudes from out of nowhere, and dudes be coming out there balling for them, and we go get somebody and pay for them, and we give them limited minutes, and they don't produce.
Mm-hmm.
So I hate Miami, and I know what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nationally televised game. They're gonna overhype RJ and Julius, and then they might have an offset game, and we gonna lose to dudes that got on Halloween uniforms in a nationally televised game.
Well, what you mean by overhype? They're gonna overhype them because we got almost every single game coming up is gonna be nationally televised. Most of our games in the second half.
Nah, not like that, dude. Not like that. What I'm saying is in the pregame ramp up, they're gonna be like, yeah, you're gonna see a whole lot of RJ Barrett versus Jimmy Butler. And Cully know good and well RJ Barrett is not as good as Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, no,
right?
It's not.
Right. And we know good and well that Julius Randle, though his numbers, his statistics might be better than Bam Adebayo, but he don't impact the game like no Bam Adebayo does. You know what I'm saying?
About that though, I do think RJ is ready tomorrow for Butler. I do think it's first.
You see, don't do this. He only 21, bro.
I know, but
Freezy. The thing is,
at 21, he's a dog. Go ahead, dude.
Freezy. Both RJ and Randall usually struggle against the Heat.
I know.
That's the thing that I'm trying to like. I don't know because Randall, like, he usually has a tough time against guys like Bam, and he has been had in the past tough times against Bam, and so has RJ. He didn't do good. Like, I'll say, like, the first 2 games he didn't do good against him, and the next 2 he was solid. But
Right.
other than that, none of them have really like showed up against the Heat. So
Yeah.
that's an even bigger test, and this was when they were worse last year in a
Right,
sense,
I know
seating
this.
wise.
I got you. I feel you. I understand where you're coming from. And I think what you're saying is very smart. But what's going to happen tomorrow is that I'm just going to predict the Knicks are going to play a really close game with Miami. And it may or may not go our way. But if it does not go our way, there'll be so much blame to go around that it won't be fair to because what's going to happen, they're going to put up a number like RJ Barrett is averaging 23 points a game since the new year and blah, 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 blah. And RJ Barrett might finish the game with 14, right? And everybody's going to blame RJ.
I mean,
right?
You're saying the close. I mean, I actually do think we're gonna have a close game too. I feel like every single game we played against them has been close, no matter what.
Right.
But this is a game everyone expects us to lose. So it's like, I mean, people are gonna have their blames, their fair share of blames, especially if it's close.
Because this is in Miami, right?
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, it is in Miami. But
And
like,
they're gonna have
everyone's gonna get blamed for tomorrow. They're gonna get blamed no matter what. Yeah, those uniforms are ugly. The ones they got, those are ugly.
Oh.
But yeah, no, I think everyone's gonna get blamed no matter what tomorrow if we do lose. Depending on how people play tomorrow, it really depends.
And I don't want to see Burks. I don't want to see that man tomorrow.
Oh, he's gonna get some playing time.
He's gonna get playing time. Yeah.
Let's just hope he hits his buckets, though. You know what I'm saying? That's
I just hope we see some Cam Reddish because I think that is the player that is the counterbalance for tomorrow. Because in my mind, I have been thinking the past 2 weeks that this Miami Heat game is the game that Evan Fournier is going to explode for 40, right? Because he's the ticking timing bomb. He like tick, 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 tick. Like you see his game, like 7, 9, 4, 11. But you hadn't seen the kaboom game yet, right?
Who are you talking about?
Evan Fournier.
Yeah, unless it's the Celtics or a really bad team, he's not going to show up.
No, but he don't show up against really bad teams, though, bro. Think about it.
Nah, he has sometimes. But, I mean, the only thing I say is that he's just raising his trade value to me every single time he plays good because I don't care about his spot in this rotation at all.
If the Knicks win, but trust me, if the Knicks win by 10 tomorrow or today, it's gonna be because Fournier went for 30.
I mean, I'll be fine with that. I mean, I don't care. Like, if we win, we win. I'm happy. We need every single game literally matters, especially with us having the second toughest schedule in the league right now. Yeah. Like, they can't come into any single game with low energy, no matter what. Like, they're gonna think that they're gonna win the Sacramento game. I don't want them to play. Like, I'm not even gonna say play down to competition because they've been so bad, but I don't want them to like look at that team and be like, oh, that's the lightest game that we have out of our next games. You know, we got this. Like, I need them to actually lock in every single game, no matter what.
Hey, sub, y'all got 95 viewers, and I think y'all only got like 40, like 43 likes, man.
Get them likes up, man. Come on, man.
That math don't add up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, make sure to smash that like button.
Smash
Subliminal and Cully, they hosting it, so you definitely gotta make sure to smash that like button if you want to see more.
Yo, when the next time you coming on, dude?
I don't know. Whenever are you doing a Knicks at night today, or are you?
Nah, I ain't.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. It really depends. I don't know when.
No. I'm talking about when the Hadouken Sharano Life Pod. When's that coming back?
Oh, tomorrow.
Tomorrow around what time?
Let the people know. Let the people know.
Yeah, Hadouken Sharon's a No Life Pod at like 5. It'll be 5 to 5:30.
Is that it? So is that every Tuesday?
No, it's not every Tuesday. It just depends on when the games are. Like, it's a day after.
Or
days.
Okay. All right. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I wanted to make sure because I think I'm gonna be off this week, man. So I just want to make sure I was able to to catch the schedule right so I can come through and show some RJ love.
Well, you say you're gonna be off?
Yeah,
When?
tomorrow.
Oh, just tomorrow? Oh, okay.
Yeah, tomorrow and a couple days this week. So I wanted to make sure I
Alright,
wanted to come through and show some love, man, because I missed. You know, like when it come on, that be the time I'll be trying to sleep in order to go.
Yeah, I
you know,
know.
working. Y'all know how it is.
Yeah, that's the best time for me, so I gotta do it at 5.
Yeah, man. No
Yeah,
doubt. No doubt. Y'all got something y'all want to do before we wrap up?
No, I just want to thank everybody who rocked with us tonight. I'm saying Hadouken. I'm saying Chuck Allen, G
Yes,
Money,
sir.
everybody who slid through, everybody in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for joining us. And that's pretty much it. And anything you want to add on to that, Kelly?
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for pulling up. Had a good time tonight. Can't wait to see y'all. Hopefully, I see y'all again Thursday. And it's been real, man. Shout out to
All
the
right.
community.
All right, power to the people,
Appreciate
man.
you
Y'all
guys.
have a great evening, man. It was dope that y'all came through and everybody and everything to support Subliminal and Kelly for the Knicks after party, man. So we'll be rocking and rolling Thursday night at the same time, 11 o'clock, man. We want to have about 150 people in here rocking with us Thursday night. So make sure y'all smash that like button. And thank you for those that are watching this on replay. You know what I'm saying? We love y'all just the same. So
Drop comments because it helps
Yep.
with the algorithm every single time. If you're in the replay, and smash that like button as well. No, it helps out with everything.
For sure. All right, y'all.
All right, y'all. Be
All
safe.
right.
All right, peace.
Ain't no
Peace
party
out.
like